Hi and welcome to Weird Question Wednesday. I'm your host, Katie, here to answer your weird questions. So if you have one, drop it in the comments below and you could be featured on an upcoming episode. Let's get into it. This week, someone wants to know, how can I feel safe when my housemate is a convicted felon? Ooh, there's a lot of layers here. On one hand, you clearly don't sound comfortable with this living situation, and I can see why. I've had a few roommates in my past, and even asking them to take out the trash was tense. So I can imagine that you're not comfy with this either. But that said, just because someone has served time or had a bit of a storied past doesn't make them automatically dangerous to you or anyone around them. So because there's a lot here that I don't know, things like your living situation, their past, or even your past, I'm gonna hold off the judgment calls and any morality calls here and quit splitting hairs and just tell you what you can do to feel safer in your home. The US incarcerates 716 people for every 100,000 residents. That's almost 5 times more than the rest of the world. So with numbers like those, chances are you've already met ex-cons. Now, everyone needs a place to live once they're out of prison, and your housemate is no exception. And while, yeah, they have a colorful past, their debt is paid off. And I don't know what they did, but chances are they're just trying to get back on their feet and have a stable living situation. So the best course of action, for now at least, is give them space and respect. Don't pry into their past or stir suspicions, and unless they threaten you directly or bring trouble into your home, there's no need to panic or run for the hills. If you're uncomfortable with this situation, which it sounds like you are, time to talk to your landlord. You can ask about the vetting process, whether there is a certain reason that they let your housemate in, or learn that there might not have been a vetting process in the first place. After all, yeah, everyone does need a place to live, so there might be some exceptions in place or something that you don't know about the situation. It's also a good time to ask your landlord about subletting your room or spot in the house, or maybe transferring your lease. But if those aren't an option, you can also ask them about alternatives, things like locks on your door, adding cameras, or a security system to your home. They'll help you feel a little more safe, and it won't require anyone to get kicked out. I really hope that your time with this roommate is 100% uneventful. But just in case, it's always good to have somewhere else to go. Get to know your neighbors, have a support system of friends and family, and save a list of emergency contacts just in case. We've also dropped a couple links below to some nonprofits that might be able to help you if things get bad. And there's also 911, but that is only for emergencies, and I really hope you don't have to use it. I know, this probably isn't super helpful, and it is pretty obvious. And while finding a new place is hard to do, if you're uncomfortable, get out of there. When you talk to your landlord, ask again about subletting or transferring your lease. This might vary between landlords and property management companies, but it's worth asking and might help you save a little bit of money. In my opinion, everyone deserves a second chance. And obviously, I'm not endorsing crime, but it can be really hard for people getting out of prison to get back on their feet. Having this unstable situation or people distrusting them everywhere can make it really easy to fall back into a life of crime and return to prison, starting the cycle all over again. I really hope that you can give this housemate a chance, and that I hope, again, things are 100% uneventful and you actually get along. But the world doesn't always work like that, and there are things that you can do to get out of an unsafe situation if things go bad. That's it for me this week. Thanks for asking your question. Don't forget to ask your own weird questions in the comments below, and subscribe to us to get new videos every week here on YouTube.